This is my audience, Zane and Riley. I remember the first time I was about to speak in front of an audience, if you would consider a group of 3 judges an audience. The first speech that I ever made was an intro to public speaking competition for FBLA. I was only about 13, 14 at the time, and I was so nervous I felt like I could pass out. But I trudged through the anxiety, fixed my posture, and walked into the room. I introduced myself to each of the judges and went into my place and froze. I forgot everything that I had practiced for weeks. A lot of times people avoid public speaking exactly for this reason. They are afraid that they're going to mess up and feel stupid. Now, if I just ended there, I would feel a little stupid, but I collected my thoughts and continued with the speech. And although I did not make it to the next round, this just pushed me to work through my mistakes, and the next year, I eventually did make it to the next round. The point of telling this story is to show that although public speaking might be scary, it is an important skill that many people can easily overlook. Let us start by talking about how public speaking boosts your confidence. A 2016 study by the National Institute of Health lists public speaking as the #1 fear for adult Americans. In fact, 75% of American adults fear public speaking, which ranks ahead of fear of death, spiders, and heights, which then leads to avoidance of public speaking. This often drives from lack of confidence they may or may not have. Public speaking can dramatically increase the confidence you hold. Overcoming those fears that you may have once had on the subject can become very empowering. Your confidence levels will only grow as you go from speaking in front of small groups to large audiences. Not only will it affect your confidence on stage, but off stage as well. Even if you're just at a small meeting or a date, try to remember that although the nervousness might not go away, you will eventually learn to turn your fears into your strength. Not only does public speaking boost your confidence, but it also can aid your critical thinking skills. There's a lot more that goes into public speaking than you may know. It isn't all about just standing on stage and, speaking. Writing a speech requires a lengthy amount of thought, from connecting with your audience to the closing point. You must have more than just a message. You also must figure out how to fit that message to tailor your interests of your audience. There is also a plethora of questions you must ask yourself to make sure that your speech is going to work, such as, how can I make my points relevant to my listeners? And how can I help my audience understand my views? As you can now tell, there is much more that goes into giving a speech than many people know. Although this might be scary, it comes with great benefits. Not only does it increase critical thinking skills, but also communication skills, which is my next point we're going to talk about. How communication improves communication skills. Laura Spencer says, the more that you practice giving speeches, the better you'll become at communication orally. Those improved oral communication skills not only apply to any future speeches you may give, but also can carry over to everyday conversation. When you write a speech, you must think carefully about the best framework, persuasive strategy, and dictation to communicate your message to the audience. This type of thinking can help you improve your communication skills in other areas of your life as well. Personal relationships, social interaction, and work situations require you to communicate ideas to the people in your life. Public speaking focuses on communicating your ideas. You can learn to take up an opposing view in a respectful manner, to present your ideas in an organized way, and be able to defend the views that you may have to others. Public speaking is a very important skill that many people continually overlook its importance. We have talked about 3 points. We've talked about how it affects your confidence, we've talked about how it affects your critical thinking skills, and lastly, we have talked about how it can affect your communication skills. Remember, although you may fail or embarrass yourself, like I definitely have, it is just one step towards building a better, more confident you. Thank you.